We are back today with my cousin Jake. He is so excited to be here today. We are doing a stomach wax. Keep watching. You won't want to miss this. So I already have my SMA set up, body waxing sticks, cotton rounds for pre-cleansing, pre-oiling, my pre-cleanser, my pre-oil, of course an SMA. Click the link somewhere here on the screen, use code BREE10, you can save and get your own hybrid 50/50 Rebel Wax. Let's go. So we're starting with a pre-wax cleanser. So Jake originally came in today to be a back wax model, and then we suckered him into chest and now stomach. So thank Jake in the comments, you guys, for being a fantastic model for us. Next, we are doing oil. You know the drill on oil if you've been here and seen any of my demo videos. You know I prep with oil and not powder. We do want to wipe away any excess oil with a dry, clean paper towel. Yes, it's still doing its job, but a little goes a long ways. We do not want to have an oversaturation of oil. All right, now when doing a men's stomach wax, it's the same as a back wax. You do want to protect their clothing. I have them position their pants ahead of time where it is that they want their line to be. And then I'm going to place this right here, actually long ways. And if you can tuck both of those in, Jake, into your pant line. So this is just keeping it professional, letting them take care of this, especially if you're solo working on your own with men. I just like to have these little boundaries in line, so I will never tuck their pants on my own in the front. Perfect, so his pants are now protected. We know the line that he prefers. So same as back and chest, we're going to start with a base strip. For the base strip, I really prefer to use painter tool method. You can use small basic. If you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Go enroll in my free online 6-week course and you will learn all the 6 different strips that you need. Okay, this is actually a really good example. See how the wax isn't wanting to adhere right there? There's actually a little bit of excess oil right there. So that's a good example of what happens if you have too much oil and you don't wipe away the excess. This is oil from post-wax of his chest, but I just want you guys to see that visual there. All right, sometimes it's hard to get a good little grip. So if needed, you can create a strip to use to help yourself. So I actually am gonna have to be connecting his sides from his back wax over here. So I'm doing this to be efficient and not laying a strip just anywhere and wasting it. So I'm still going to be removing this hair because I'm eventually going to get there, but I really need this strip to help me get a good solid grip on this one. This is really thin hair over here. Shouldn't be too painful at all. You can see all those little fuzzies, but now this is what I wanted this for. Really let the heat of your hand mold that in. Deep breath, pull all the way through. The first initial base strip is the most difficult. You're creating the lip of your strip into an area that has a dense amount of hair. But now all the strips going forward are going to be much easier. I'm going to lay up into this. You can go straight over the belly button. You just want to allow this strip to set a little bit longer so it's not all gooey in there and get stuck. All right, so now we can actually start on tiger stripe while we allow that one to set. So now you're switching from painter tool method to small basic. Again, that's what it looks like when there's a little bit of oil there. So I am overlapping with where we did his chest. Grip. I'm really letting this one set a little bit longer. All right, gonna get a grip. Really important that we pull all the way through. Deep breath. The hardest part really is done, so we're just gonna continue with our tiger stripes. So since I did do his back earlier, I pretty much got his sides pretty well, but you do really want to pay attention, making sure that you're not leaving these random strips of hair behind, because that's what's really going to create your service times to be a lot longer than necessary. So see, I actually did it on that side, me being short, and I did not get a good look over there. So this is what can happen. See how he has this random patch? So that's another strip I have to do. So when you do that continuously, 4, 5, 6, 7 different strips that you need to do, then it really increases your service time. This is why patterns are so important. Now his skin is warming up a bit, which is normal. So what you do is turn down the AC a little bit, and you're gonna have to let your strips set a little bit longer. You also can add a little bit of more of a cream wax to your pot. So right now I'm using a 50-50. I would just add maybe a scoop or 2 of cream if I was really struggling with the setting time of these strips due to his skin being on the warmer side. All right, continuing with our tiger stripes. All right, while that sits, I'm gonna get that little patch I missed. I really don't like to work from the other side of the treatment table, especially if speed eventually is your goal. Those little things can make a really big difference. But what I may do is, for doing a service like this, if I had an adjustable, well, an easily adjustable treatment table, I would lower it just a little bit, or you can even get a little step stool for giving you a little bit of a better view of the other side. Get a little grip here. Deep breath. I like to use the tackiness of the stick I just used to apply and kind of clean up as I go along, making sure I'm making my job easier once we're done here. Okay, deep breath. One more. So I pulled a little too parallel so the strip folded on itself. That's fine, just push it in, get a grip, and pull the rest of the way through. Sorry. All right, so you have a couple different options. So being right-handed and the way I have him positioned, see how he's kind of like in the way here? So I can either reposition my hand this way, or you can do painter tool. So on this side, I'll show you what it looks like to reposition your hand. Now, if you were left-handed, you would not have that problem here, because your stick would naturally be positioned this way. And then on the other side, I'll show you what it looks like to do painter tool. You can do one at a time on this one. Always keep in mind, thinner the hair, thinner the strip, thicker the hair, thicker the strip. This hair is pretty thick. We know it has some deep roots, not the craziest I've ever seen, but we do want to thicken up this strip, and that is for removal purposes. Your first pass is still always going to be a lot of pressure and fairly thin, and then you're coming back and thickening it up to help you for the removal. Get a little grip, deep breath. Pull all the way through, immediate pressure. All right. Now for this side, tuck that a little bit. Painter tool. I'll show you what that looks like. Again, if you're like, what the heck, what strips are you talking, what is all this painter tool, small basic you're talking about? You guys need to go take my free course. No strings attached. It's completely free, and you can even download a certificate at the end of it. A lot of aesthetic schools will actually use this to help teach their waxing portion of school. All right, so that's what the painter tool looks like. Get a little grip, but that needs a little bit more time to set. So I could be laying cleanup strips at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish in total before doing that, but you could go into cleanup strips so you're constantly laying or removing. Get a little grip here, get a deep breath. It's really important. So the reason why on this side I kind of pause here and then readjust and pull is because I don't want to keep pulling this way, making it more likely for him to bruise or lift in this area because I would be pulling at the incorrect angle. So I pull to here, readjust, and then pull straight down so I'm always parallel to the skin. All right, now we are going to move into cleanups. I want to check this side. Okay, everything looks good. I might have to do a little patch right there. So now we're going to go in the opposite direction. You can also even go in an upwards direction, but the majority of this hair left behind is growing in, so I want to go against it. This might feel a little bit warmer. Cleanup strips feel a little bit warmer. Bulk of the dead skin and hair is now gone, so their skin's just feeling a little bit more of that temperature. Always touch on what I call client objections before they say anything, because when you're explaining the entire way through, especially with someone who's new to waxing, they're really going to see you as an expert and feel confident in you that you know exactly what you're doing. Clients can really get in their head and be telling themselves, oh my gosh, she's burning me, this isn't how it's supposed to feel, especially with TikTok and Instagram, and also people have heard horror stories about waxing. So you want to make sure you're really talking them through every step of the way. All right, going to clean up right here. So when you go over the belly button going up, it really tends to go in the belly button. When you go over the belly button going down, it creates a little circle. Why? I don't know. A little bit of that might stay behind, but I'll show you guys how to get that up. Don't do this on an initial strip. For a cleanup strip, not a big deal. All right, so if that happens, what do? Take the part of the strip that was not touching skin. I'm gonna create kind of a little circle here. I'm gonna press that in, use your thumb, really press it in, and then you'll be able to remove it super easily. How is this so far?
Pretty good, actually.
Okay, what was worse, back, chest, or stomach?
I think my chest, just because the hairs were a bit longer.
Yeah.
And thicker, but.
So which one, and then after chest, then what?
Definitely the stomach, but.
Really?
You were right. It's like the in-between of a chest and back.
Yeah.
But this is also my first time, so.
Yeah. All right, I think everything looks pretty good. I'll do one more little cleanup. So those are being a little bit stubborn. So we've gone this way, we've gone this way. So now I'm actually gonna go just up to kind of give us a different direction on these. After that, the rule of thumb for body waxing is up to 3 passes. Some people can handle more, some people can only handle 1 or 2. So make that call professionally, make that decision, but I really don't like to go beyond 3 strips. That worked really well. So really hitting it at different angles is going to be helpful. Rule of thumb for face is up to 2 times. And that's hard wax, that is. I'm speaking specifically about hard wax. There we go. That's better. We have a couple options for post-waxing. We have Just Calm Down by Relax and Wax. That is a topical antihistamine. I don't see that issue happening, so I'm going to use Phantom Oil. This is an oil, so it's going to be moisturizing, but it also is an ingrown oil, so we're going to prevent against any breakouts or ingrowns. All right, so put that on, and then he is good to go. All right, if you guys haven't yet seen his chest wax, watch here and click here for his back wax. I'll see you guys over there.